Good morning, guys. It's May 18th, Monday. I hope you guys had a nice weekend. The weather was beautiful. I hope you got out a little bit, social distance and all that. Today's lesson is the last lesson on solving exponential equations. Okay, after this lesson on Wednesday, our next A day, we're going to have a little quiz on just the exponential equations. Okay, today we're going to do solving exponential equations in quadratic form. Quadratic. Okay. So we're going to be looking at problems like this. E raised to the 2x plus 6e raised to the x minus 16 equals 0. Now, does this look like anything to you? Yeah, I'm waiting for an answer. It's just like in class. You're not going to answer me. Okay, it looks like a quadratic. Okay, it has an e, okay, instead of an x squared. So what we're going to do, the thing that's different here is the e and the x. The e and the x. All right, because if it just said x squared plus 6x minus 16, you would know what to do. So what we're going to do is we are going to replace e to the x with u. Okay, and I know you've done that before in some other classes with some other teachers, with some of the lessons. So if I do that, this is what I get. I get u squared plus 6u minus 16 equals 0. And of course, we've known how to factor that since Algebra 1. We're going to do that nice and easy. U plus 8 minus 2. And of course, it's an equation. We're going to solve it. So u plus 8 equals 0. U equals negative 8. U minus 2 equals 0. U equals 2. Okay? But remember, we did that to help us solve this. We have to now go back and substitute it back in. It's not really u. What is it? It's e to the x equals negative 8. E to the x, u is really e to the x equals 2. At that point, to solve this kind of equation, whenever we have a base of e, this is our base, this is our exponent. Whenever we have a base of e, we use the natural log of ln. We'll take the ln on both sides. So if I do ln here, remember ln of e cancels out. X is equal to the ln of negative 8. Now, I know I mentioned this earlier. Okay, we can have a log or an ln of a negative number. So this one does not exist. Okay, and if I do it on this side, do I do ln e, ln 2? Okay, it's going to be x is equal to ln of 2. Now, believe it or not, this is an acceptable answer. This would actually be the exact answer. And if I want to give the decimal approximation, which I actually want you guys to do that, I want you to get more practice on the calculator. I want it to the 100th. Okay, you're going to hit ln of 2, and it is 0.69. Okay, and you can check it. Okay, I'd like to see you guys check it. I don't know if you could see this right now, clear. All right, so we're going to go back to the equation. It's e raised, no, I hit len, sorry. It's e raised to the 2 times, and it is 0.69. Actually, I should have left in and used the answer because I'm not going to get it exact. Okay, plus 6 e raised to the 0.6931, add the exponent, minus 16, it should be close to 0. Okay, it's a negative 9 e to the negative 4, which is very close to 0. Okay, if I would have used just the answer, or what I could have done is put ln of 2 in there. If I would have done second 2 times the ln of 2, close that parentheses, plus 6 e raised to the ln of 2 minus 16. Okay, there, I got the 0. Okay, so that's why this is the most exact, and I want it to the nearest 100th. Okay, so let's try another one. Basically, you're just solving quadratics, and at the end, you're resubstituting. So let's do a little harder quadratic. 4 e to the 4x plus 8 e to the 2x equals 5. Okay, first of all, it doesn't equal 0, so I'll bring the 5 over. It's harder to say these than actually do them. Again, e to the x is weird, so I'm going to replace e to the x with u. So it's going to be 4u to the 4th power plus 8u to the 2nd power minus 5 equals 0. Okay, so don't flip out because this is a 4th power equation as opposed to a 2 power equation. We know how to do that. That means that when we do our parentheses, it's not just going to be u, it's going to be u squared. That's all that means. Okay, we're going to split that 4. Now, if you notice, this is one of my problems that the trick's going to help us that I taught you back in the beginning of the year. 4 plus 8u squared minus 5. Let's remember that. We multiply it. We get u to the 4th plus 8u squared minus 20. Okay, it's going to be u squared. This will be plus 10 minus 2. Which one is divisible by 4? Neither one, so I'll split it to 2 and 2. Divide by 2, divide by 2. So it's going to be 2u squared plus 5, 2u squared minus 1. Okay. And 2u squared minus 1. Okay, we're going to continue solving it. A little more room here. So it's going to be 2u squared equals negative 5. U squared equals negative 5 over 2, square root. U is equal to plus or minus the square root of a negative 5 halves, which does not exist. I have a negative under a radical sign, so forget that. All right, 2u squared minus 1 equals 0. 2u squared equals 1. U squared equals 1 half. U equals square root, so plus or minus the square root of 1 half. So now we're going to rechange that to e to the x equals plus or minus the square root of 1 half. Now right off the bat, before we do this, there's a negative here. We could just eliminate the negative. It's not going to work. All right, so we're just going to take the ln on both sides. So ln of e to the x equals ln of square root of 1 half. X is equal to the ln. So this is the exact. And now if we want the decimal approximation, which I do, let's get this up here. Let's clear this all out. It's going to be the ln, and it's the square root of 1 half. So be careful with your calculator here. Second function square root parentheses of 1 divided by 2, and yes, you could have just put in 0.5 if you wanted to. And it's going to be negative 0.35. Okay, so we're just solving quadratics. We're just going to do one more example. Okay, and then I'll give you your homework. Again, e to the 2x plus 3 e to the x plus 2 equal 0. Again, I'm going to replace e to the x with u. All right, I don't replace it with the x because it's just too many x's then. So e to the x comes out, and it's just u squared plus 3u plus 2. Basic quadratic. U plus 2, u plus 1 equals 0. U plus 2 equals 0. U equals negative 2. U plus 1 equals 0. U equals negative 1. Look at this. Nothing works here. Okay, it does not exist here because you can't have the ln of negative 2, and you can't have the ln of negative 1. It does not exist here. So here it has absolutely no answers on both sides. Okay, so this one is all extraneous. All right, guys, that's basically the lesson. Okay, so it's basically solving quadratic and just remembering to find the ln at the end. I want you, for your homework, to try the following two problems. and this one. Okay, guys, please do me a favor. I've been checking your homework for completion. And then I look through, something catches my eye. I'll write a comment on in your teams, oh, this one was wrong with that one's wrong. But it really and truly is up to you to go back and check your homework and see what answers you're getting wrong. Okay, you can do all of these problems correct, but the calculator could really mess you up. So please go back and check your homework. Okay, I need you to self-check yourselves. If there's something that you don't understand why you got wrong, reach out to me. I'm here waiting for your questions. Okay, I will send you back answers almost immediately. Remember, I am available 10 to 2 every day. You're going to have a little quiz on Wednesday of just the exponential equations. So basically, your homework from, God, today's Monday, I saw you on Thursday. So your homework on Thursday, those types of questions, and then these types of questions will be a quiz on Wednesday. And on Friday, we're going to start solving logarithmic equations. Stay with me, guys. I love you all. I miss you all, okay? You guys are doing excellent work. All right. Have a great day.